What is an earnings release? An earnings release is an official announcement from a company about how it's been doing financially. It's usually a short written report, published every quarter, every 3 months, though some companies also share annual versions. It contains the key numbers: revenue, how much money came in, profit or loss, what's left after expenses, and sometimes other details like how much debt the company has or how much cash it's holding. Many releases also include a short message from the CEO or management team to explain the results. In simple terms, it's the company's financial scorecard for the last few months. Why does it matter? An earnings release is important because it's the first place investors get the hard facts. Share prices often move as soon as the release is published, even before the earnings call happens. Companies usually time these announcements for before the stock market opens or just after it closes to avoid disrupting trading. For investors, it's a way to check if a company is meeting expectations, both their own and the wider markets. Analysts often publish forecasts of what they think a company will earn. If the release shows results higher than expected, the share price may rise. If they're worse, it may fall. For everyday savers, an earnings release gives reassurance that the companies you've invested in are being transparent. You don't need to guess. The numbers are there in black and white. Here's a simple example. Imagine a clothing company publishes its earnings release. It reports that revenue grew 10% compared to the same time last year, and profits rose from £50 million to £60 million. That sounds healthy. But maybe the release also shows debt levels have doubled. Suddenly, the picture is more complicated. Yes, the company is growing, but it might also be taking on more risk. Sometimes the release will also highlight non-financial updates, like the launch of a new product line or progress on a big project. These extra details help investors see the bigger picture, not just the numbers. What else should you know? An earnings release is often just a few pages long, but it usually comes with more detailed financial statements attached. These include the balance sheet, what the company owns and owes, and the cash flow statement, how money is moving in and out. It's also worth noting that companies put out these releases to the public, not just to big investors. They're normally available on the company's website under Investor Relations, and news outlets often publish the highlights within minutes. One key difference: the release is about facts, while the earnings call that follows is about interpretation. The call explains the numbers and allows questions, but the release itself is the raw report. And finally, a practical tip. You don't have to read every detail. If you own shares in a company, skimming the earnings release is a quick way to check whether it's growing, struggling, or surprising the market. To sum it all up, an earnings release is the official update where a company shares its latest financial results with the public. It's important because it provides the hard numbers that investors and markets react to, and it sets the stage for the earnings call. Think of it as the scoreboard. It won't tell you the full story of the match, but it shows you the results, and everyone's watching. Thanks for watching this video. Not sure where to go from here? You don't need another video, you need a plan. Grab the free 5-day series below and start investing with confidence. The link's right here on screen and in the description. Don't miss out.